Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Ruhr Report. I am your Ruhr2IC, and with all the talks on the ammunition stuff going on, I decided that if I made time today, or if I could make time, which I did, I was going to run out to the ammo store. Um, I just wanted to see, one, what was in stock, two, what prices was of things in stock, and three, what the atmosphere was like for that one, because I frequently go there, so I get a good idea of what the conditions of the atmosphere normally is. So let me show you what I did get, and then as I go through, I will continue about my trip there. So Sunday afternoon, when I went, it was easy to go, easy to get in there. Parking lot wasn't overly packed, but there was probably about the normal of what you would see there on a Sunday. So I've actually ventured over first to the camping area, camping and hunting, and I found this trap actually on sale for $4.99, and I love these, so I went ahead and picked one up because actually that was all that was there, was one of this style anyway. There was multiple other ones that they had plenty in stock, but this style, this size, there was only one left, so I just kind of took it to it was meant for me, so I picked that up. Now the next thing that I picked up while I was over there was the clearance section. Was this now UST or UTS? I'm not sure on the brand of that. um, I've seen that logo, but I've never really bought any of the supplies. But this is a machete. Now, with all the different screws that is in there, this is going to be at least I would imagine, full tang. This does come with a what looks like a very kind of cheap sheath for it. I did cross out the name because I'm not going to give away the store that I went and bought this at. But this does look like it's pretty thick, at least back here on the spine. It does look relatively sharp, and for, as you can see there, $10, I figured, why not? Just add it to my collection. Then I ventured over to the firearms area, which they actually had a whole bunch of things out on skids and in boxes. And I saw a couple of empty boxes on the floor, and when I peered in them, most of them were empty except for one, which had these last two Magpul 30 rounders in it. So these were still the same price I normally get them. They were $9.99. But these were the last two there. I don't know if they had more in the back or whatnot, but for now, these were the last two, last one. So I went ahead and I snagged those up. So that's two more for my collection. Now for this is the reason why I got it is for the 5.56. They did not have any 5.56 left at all. Even over in the range area, they had none. They had none behind the counter. They had none out on the lobby. So for this store, for the time being, they had 5.56. When I talked to somebody, apparently they had a couple of boxes of 5.56. First thing this morning, those were snagged up. They put out a couple of boxes, from what I was told, of steel jacketed, and those are completely gone. So, and then they didn't know when they were going to get more 5.56 in. Now 223, they had a couple of boxes that had the boxes inside that, so cases, I should say. They had a couple of cases with the individual boxes in there of 223, but they were steel, so they were not brass rounds. I decided against those. The price of those was 22 a box, and those were 22.99 a box, and that's too high for me, so I decided to pass. And I did go down the handgun area, and I got some training rounds. I have never bought Norma. I've heard some interesting things about them, so I figured why not. These were actually priced at $11.99 for a box of 50. They had limit 2 boxes per customer. This is a 94 grain. This is a 380 auto or 380 ACP. And I got that so that way I'm not blowing through the good stuff when I go and train with my 380. They had a bunch of 22. The prices on that was a little higher than I wanted to pay, so I kind of skipped on 22. For some of the other ones, the 40 they had plenty of. 45 was down substantially. I was actually asked by somebody if I could check 4570. And when I looked, they had 2 options, and the cheapest option, excuse me, was $1.78 a round. So it's too much for them. They decided to pass on that. Now the next is going to be 9 Luger. And again, it had a 2 box per customer limit, so I grabbed 2. Again, this is just practice rounds, so that way I can still get my 9mm training and practice in without blowing through the good stuff. So altogether, this trip, I think after tax and everything, was just shy of $100. There's what I got. Now, there wasn't anything vibe wise while I was in the store. Everything seemed to be pretty normal. There wasn't any high tensions. Everything from the counter sales for purchasing a firearm all seemed normal. The fishing, the hunting, the range area, everything seemed normal. Nothing was more crowded than what it normally is. While I was there, I did see people ask over and over and over if they had 5.56 in stock, and they had to say no, and they didn't know when they was going to get it in. I will try, and for as long as this is going on, which they put that 90-day pause on exportation of it. So I will probably periodically over the next 90 days go in and check for 5.56, and I will let you know as soon as 5.56 comes in and what price and how much and all that. For the most part, all of your commons, your 380s, your 9s, your 40, your 45, your 300 blackout, your 5.56, 7.62, all the kind of real common stuff was a limit of 2 boxes per customer. Didn't matter if it was hollow point, whether it was training or whatever it is, it was a 2 box minimum. And a lot of the stuff, a lot of the higher end defensive rounds, for the first time ever, I seen them locked up behind the counter. I've never seen them in this place do that, so that was kind of interesting. That was the only thing that was out of place. So there's my video. That was what happened today. That's where I'm at. I'm curious to know if you guys have gone in the past day or over the weekend or last weekend or whatever here in a recent. If you have gone and what state you were in and what prices was, what was the condition of things in stock, what was the atmosphere like. I'm really interested to see how all that goes for you guys. So do all the fun YouTube things. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. If you're seeing this on Facebook, then do the same thing. More information to come, guys. Remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.